Tim O'Malley with Tim Priester following Notre Dame's first spring practice. It was not sloppy, and that's what Brian Kelly brought up. We thought it was crisp. Obviously, with no helmets, no pads, it's going to favor the offense, and Ian Book was the beneficiary of that today.
Yeah, I thought Ian Book looked great. We immediately saw Kevin Austin getting involved, which is a good sign. Ben Skoranek as well. Braden Lindsey had a good day. I mean, all around, they threw the ball really, really well. They ended up by doing some 7-on-7 there down the stretch, and the receivers definitely got the better of the defensive backs.
Quick housekeeping. The injured running back is
nobody.
Nobody was the injured running back. All present and accounted for. Avery Davis did play mostly with the wide receivers today. Sidelined as expected were Dylan Gibbons and Aaron Banks, Shane Simon and Jack Lamb, freshman Jay Brunell. Dalen Hayes was a participant, but that was non-contact drills. Robert Hainsey and Tommy Kramer did more than we thought they would today as well.
Right, not live. And Ovia Gufo stepped in there for Dalen Hayes when it was 11-on-11. They weren't in pads, so it wasn't physical per se, but when it had the opportunity to get a little bit more physical, they backed off with him. Jordan Genmark-Heath got the first look at Buck linebacker, and when they were in 7-on-7, it was Maris Leofau that was getting a look at Buck linebacker as well. I thought Houston Griffith looked pretty good. He was the running mate with Kyle Hamilton back there. Isaiah Pryor mixed in, but I thought that for the first day, Houston Griffith carried himself like the guy that wants to win that position.
Brian Kelly did mention that there is no such thing as a depth chart right now, and normally you don't believe him when he says that in August. I do believe him.
Yeah.
They are really going to be cross-training a lot. We saw a lot of Cam Hart, who will be limited once they go to contact periods. Tariq Bracy, there's a question in the press conference of what makes him a good candidate to be a boundary cornerback, and Brian Kelly said, I'm not sure he will be a boundary cornerback, but he does like Bracy's makeup as a starter. Sean Crawford was protected today, but also we found out a little bit limited by a hamstring injury. It's the defensive line, I think, is the only position on the defense where it's not going to be a fluid situation, rotating guys in. I mean, we saw Jack Kaiser play Buck and Rover. We saw Moala mostly at Rover, and Maris Leofau worked at Rover as well. There's just going to be a lot of work being done on the back seven.
Yeah, Kaiser worked at both those positions, as you said. Yeah, we had speculated a little bit. I put out 5 things I was looking for yesterday, and one was included the information of, or at least the speculation that Justin Adamiola would move to the big end spot, which makes sense. I think he's a good tandem with Ade Gundeje. Foskey and Agufo will get the majority of the physicality as we work our way through the spring. Dalen Hayes won't be involved in that, but it was. I mean, it was a crisp first day. They looked like they knew what they were doing. Punt returns, Kevin Austin was doing that along with Kyron Williams and Caleb Offord, some guys like that. So for the first day, I would definitely say the offense had a distinct advantage, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that Ian Book was throwing the football.
This is built for the offense to put a bow on it. 7-on-7, 11-on-11. I mean, imagine playing offensive line and no one can go to the ground. You can't be overly physical at all. The point of these plays downfield is to not knock down your fellow teammate. But I thought of all the players that impressed me most, I really wanted to keep an eye on. Houston Griffith came out with the quote-unquote first string, and he made some plays on the ball. Now, they were against tight ends. It's easier to make plays on the ball against tight ends and one-on-ones. But Griffith had a really good day, and Kevin Austin, the guy you said we really had to watch, he made some circus catches today. It's not the consistency of Claypool as a senior, but he shouldn't be there yet.
Yeah, there was one ball where we thought, okay, that's a jump ball that he needs to win.
Claypool would have caught it.
Claypool definitely would have caught it. Boykin would have caught it. Bracy defended that. But, I mean, definitely a day for the offense. Not a lot of, when they were doing one-on-ones, not a lot of press coverage. Right. They were giving some ground. I didn't think it was a great day for Kyle Hamilton per se against the receivers. But as you said, it's built for the offense. And when you consider the component at quarterback, it should have been as crisp as it was.
We'll be back with a pair of practice reports, plus Tom Loy's 10 points on Brian Kelly's press conference. It went a little longer. We did get some coaching updates about John McNulty and Mike Mickens. All of that on IrishIllustrated.com, and tomorrow a special post-practice podcast Friday morning.